Okay, so 2 new mini teasers have dropped from Netflix for Stranger Things Season 5. More specifically, 2 TV spots that seem to have gone live in Malaysia and Colombia. One is a clip of the gang in Steve's car actually driving into the silo portal on the McCorkle's farm, and the other shows off so many more Demogorgons than we have ever seen before. We had no idea about these. We keep seeing shots of one Demogorgon at a time. There's always just one Demogorgon coming out of a portal, or one at the hospital chasing down Lucas and Max. One at the barn, one on the truck. It wasn't until the recent military massacre shots that we finally saw 2 Demogorgons at once. I mean, we also had the hospital Jurassic Park shot as they hunt for the kids, but now we finally have shots of 3 of them at once attacking Murray in the Bradley's Big Buy truck. I want more Demogorgons this season, and they are slowly drip feeding us more and more with these teasers, but this one is the best teaser yet for the monsters. We're going to break it all down real quick because we are so close to the release of Volume 1 now that they are really ramping up the spoilers they're choosing to release in these TV promos. Netflix specifically really doesn't hold back sometimes as much as they probably should. It's even more dangerous when you start to see the Volume 2 and the finale TV spots and teasers, because last time those had actual character death spoilers in them, and I was a little disappointed, but these won't be that bad today. They actually confirm that they'll be letting some of the weaker characters hold their own and fight for themselves one-on-one with Demogorgons this season, which is really exciting. Go down and subscribe and share this video with your Stranger Things friends. I'm working really hard to finish the ultimate first shadow breakdown video that you literally have to watch before season 5 to understand the full story. It's crazy they never released the full play on Netflix for everyone to watch for how much it's intertwined with the story. Now, let's just go ahead and jump right into this breakdown. First is the Colombian teaser for the kids driving a car into the Upside Down. We see Nancy tell Steve to do it, and we see Steve punch it and start driving through a barn. As they're moving forward, you can already see that all the headlights and blinkers on their car, as well as the lights in the background here, are going haywire, just like any other time there's upside down paranormal activities going on. Dustin yells out, "You're crazy!" and then Steve yells, "Hold on!" And then we cut to this beautiful shot of this solo silo standing alone in a field with a portal on the side of it. And if you look closely, you can see the portal is closing very fast. This specifically seems like a gate that a Demogorgon opened. In season 1, we saw that Demogorgon open a portal in the base of a tree in the woods and go looking for that deer to feed on. Nancy went into it, but as soon as she was able to crawl out of it, it immediately closed up behind her. These portals that the Demogorgons open to roam between the 2 dimensions don't stay open nearly as long as the mega rifts do, which means that the gang was most likely waiting in their car, searching for one of those portals to open up, and they had to rush to it and get there in time before it closed. That's why we probably see them driving through everyone's backyard fences. They were taking a shortcut because it was way faster. I mean, I think it's warranted when they're literally trying to save the world. Now, in season 1 in the show, the portal the Demogorgon opened in the woods stayed open for only 6 minutes of total screen time from when we first saw it take the deer to when Nancy squeezed out of it and it closed. And when we saw it before Jonathan found it, just 4 minutes into it being opened, it was already starting to close. And by the time Nancy gets out of it, it was so small she could barely fit. It seems like this silo portal will be doing the same thing, although it's much larger than the standard Demogorgon portal is. Maybe a group of Demogorgons comes through it, or possibly a larger monster. But it seems like the gang was waiting nearby and rushed to get here in time and go inside of it before it closes. But this one's closing pretty fast. That's why we see the sides of the car scrape against the portal walls and they lose a mirror. I wonder how they found the location of this portal. I wonder if they were listening over the radio to where a police call was made from, or if Will is going to go into one of those trances and is going to be able to see from the Demogorgon's perspective and then describe it to the gang, and they're able to deduce where it opened a portal. Now, moving on to the next actual teaser, the first shot is of a Demogorgon, the one we see in the flashback that captures Will for Vecna, but the absolute craziest thing in this shot is that somebody says this line.
There are monsters in Hawkins.
And I am shocked right now because I could be mistaken, but that sounds like Kali. This sounds like Linnea Berthelsen, the actress that plays her, and she was actually in attendance at the season 5 red carpet premiere last week in LA. Originally, I brushed it off because we saw other guest stars return, like the actress that plays Susie, and I just assumed they were both invited to the premiere because they were in the past seasons of the show. But come to think of it, I wouldn't be surprised if Susie is once again in season 5 to give some kind of closure to her character. It would kind of be weird if they didn't address her at all. And now with this, maybe they are bringing Kali back for season 5, because you know what? Joseph Quinn wasn't at the red carpet premiere, and him out of anyone should have been there if it was open to any guest actors who made appearances on the show. I mean, I could be wrong, this could be the voice of a new character, but it sounds an awful lot like Kali, which is surprising. We see a shot of the Demogorgon in the Wheeler's bathroom from the last teaser, and then we see a completely new shot of Lucas in the tunnels as a Demogorgon appears in front of him. And for the first time ever, we actually have a clip of him before the massive bloodstain appears on his shirt in the later scenes, meaning that it happens between this scene and this scene. And with no one else around, that unfortunately means it might end up being his blood. It could be the Demogorgons, I guess. He does seem to have some sort of possible weapon slung across his back here. It looks like a giant pole, maybe similar to a spear like Dustin and Eddie used in season 4. And he doesn't have it anymore in the next shots we see of him, so maybe he will end up attacking the Demogorgon with this, and that's where the blood comes from. Then we see a shot of Jonathan with headphones on, holding a walkie-talkie possibly, and telling Steve to go. This almost seems like he was in the car listening for an update of where a portal might be spotted, and they're about to rush off to try to catch it before it closes. I wouldn't be surprised if this means they missed the first one or two, since we do get multiple shots of them heading in opposite directions, driving through everyone's fences. Maybe they're trying again if they missed the first one. Then we get an absolutely exciting shot of 3 different Demogorgons at the same time attacking the Bradley's big buy truck. No doubt with Murray driving inside along with Robin in the passenger seat. But 3 at once? This is great to see. This is the most Demogorgons we've seen together at the same time in season 5 so far. Please give us more. We see one sink its fingers through the metal exterior of the truck and cut to a shot inside on 3 little kids they're transporting as a little girl looks up and screams terrified. It looks like they've turned the inside of the truck into a makeshift safety box to transport the children, patting the sides of the wall with foam as if they know the truck might get rocked around or flipped over on its side. Then we get a shot of Hopper lobbing the grenades over the Turnbow billboard. And then we see the Demogorgon at the farm where Joyce is waiting with the axe. We see it break open the doors, and then the next shot is of the infamous Demovision, seen through the eyes of a Demogorgon, looking down at Joyce in front of it swinging the axe. It looks like she's really far away from it, but I really hope that hit landed. They don't have many other defenses from it in this situation. This is most likely the one they lured here for the Turnbow trap. Maybe that Will is going to try to take control of. But the next shot is just as horrifying. Remember that one Demogorgon of it coming through a portal in the ceiling? Well, now we see the same one actually walking through the Wheeler's house, coming after Holly. This is insane. I cannot get over the fact that it's walking through their home. But this also reminds me, if this is the actual size of the portal that one singular Demogorgon makes coming into the real world, I can only imagine what it was that comes through the silo portal that made it so gigantic. Now, this next shot is the coolest from the entire teaser. This is Mike using some kind of weapon to smack this Demogorgon with while he's on fire. It seems like he might be in his house with the curtains on the wall. I mean, honestly, this might be the Turnbow house. He is in the same outfit from the other shots. It's crazy that the Demogorgon is 100% fully on fire and he's still coming after Mike. Fire is like the one thing that should be effective against these things. What the heck? But I really just love to see that Mike finally has something more than a candlestick as a weapon this season. It looks again like another spear type weapon, or possibly a shovel they found in their garage. But it is just so cool to see Mike attacking a Demogorgon one-on-one here. It being on fire is most likely the result of one of the Home Alone style traps the Duffers have been so excited to talk about from this season. And I'm really excited to see those. Next is an insane shot of 3 demo dogs popping out of portals in the ground at the radio tower and running full speed. You can see the third one here in the far back, and when it pops up you can see this portal goop fall back down to the ground. Now it's interesting that they're running past the radio station. You can see all the lights inside are flickering, which is cool, but I wonder if these are the 3 Demogorgons we saw in the earlier shot that were attacking the truck. Maybe that's what they're running after. There's another angle of this shot where we can clearly see them each opening up their own small portal to jump through, which makes me think about what on earth was so big to come through that silo portal. Then we get a close-up shot of the portal downtown at the library slowly ripping open to show Vecna waiting to walk through. This is from the finale of Volume 1 The Sorcerer. It's pretty cool to see him just waiting here, menacingly, to walk through, kill any remaining soldiers, and kidnap Will. And then we end on the shot of the Demogorgon coming through the Wheeler's ceiling, but just before it opens its face and screams. I also wanted to mention we finally got a horizontal wider highlighter shot of the last teaser we made a video on, and it's really cool that in the end shot of Derek, when he says that monsters are coming and you're all gonna die, we can actually now see that he's inside the military bunker where they're keeping all the kids in the center of town. I just thought that was really interesting that they're telling the kids that monsters are coming for them, or the kids must be terrified, sitting there wondering if they're gonna die. But these last teasers had such a crazy amount of spoiler shots. Keep your blinders on as we get closer to the release date. I need a break from all of these teasers so I can please finish this first Shadow video. Tell me in the comments what you think is big enough to make that massive silo portal, and I will see you soon with another video. Peace.